Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Today with a pre-recorded video for my Saturday sip. So, last week I showed you a bunch of cards that I got in my swaps at the leadership event backstage in Las Vegas. And this is one of them, and I just thought it was very cute. But I'm going to recreate it, but it will be slightly different. I'm going to try a couple of different things. I'm going to be using a little bit the same DSP pack, but a different pack and different bulbs. And so I will be using the Merry and Bright bundle. And I'm also going to be using the dies that come with that bundle. So you'll see me using those. I've pre-cut out a bunch of stuff. I'm also going to be using Shaded Spruce and Real Red ink, plus this is from the annual catalog. This is I believe it's called Holographic Trio. It's kind of different colors, and I use that for cutting out one of the bulbs. And then this is also from the holographic. I'm using that as the bulb like edges and the little filament inside. And then this is from the new mini. It's not holographic, but it's beautiful. And that's going to be one of the bulbs too. So those are all of the things I am going to use. Oh, duh. Also, for the pieces, the little pieces, like here's one I've already put together, okay? So for this little filament piece, I put the adhesive sheets on the back of the foil because it's very, very hard to glue this. And I want to show you, this is what happens sometimes when you use liquid glue. Can you see? Let's see if I can get it really close for you. Can you see how it just made it very messy? It wanted to slide around. It was not good. So using the adhesive sheets is going to work better. So I already have this one completed. So I'm going to put these other two pieces together. Now, I did notice you have to be kind of delicate when you're taking the back off of these little pieces. So I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. I actually got a second tool just so that I could have different tips, and you can see this tip is almost like a dental tool. It's pretty cool. So it works really well. Now I'm taping, so you know, nothing works quite as well when I'm taping as it does when I'm actually working on it. So you want to be careful because it's sharp, and I don't want to, I can see it lifted, but it's just giving me a hard time. There we go. You don't want to poke yourself because it is sharp. But now I didn't have, I think that's it. Yeah, I just used scraps of it, so it didn't cover it completely, which is fine. And then I'm going to just set it right there, right at the edges, because I'm going to be covering this piece up. Okay, so now this is the backing piece. I am going to use tear and tape for that piece. Super simple. And I'm just getting these things put together so that you guys can see them. And I will have them ready. There it is. I thought I lost it. So I'm just going to put this, and I'm not worried about covering the whole thing because, although it did kind of cover the whole thing, it is wider than the actual bulb, Christmas bulb. Now there are dies for these traditional bulbs. There are dies for that, but I wanted to make this one a little bit different, so I decided first of all to cut them out with the dies, and also to use the other style. So I set that on there. So now I have my two bulbs ready. So now here we go. I'm going to start putting together the card. And like I said, I'm going to do it just a little bit different than she did over here. So let's do that. My biggest dilemma when I am pre-taping is I can't see because I just don't have the equipment to see when I'm taping. Only when I'm live. I have a tablet for that. Okay, so she has a little hinge here, and I'm sorry, I've lost the name of the person who did this. I think I had hers, but I've got the basics of it. So we're going to start. She used, I believe this is Melon Mambo. I'm using Real Red. So I am going to go ahead and fold that in half just like I would a regular card. You can trim it first if you prefer to do that. You can, but this is easier, I think, to decide what you're going to do here. Now I have a couple of options. I can just fold this back on itself if I wanted to, but I don't. I only want a certain percentage. So when you are copying another card and you have it, because a lot of us have our friends send us cards, or in my case, swaps, the fastest way is to set it on your trimmer and just figure it out. So I'm going to pull out my arm of my trimmer. I'm going to set this where the start is, and I can see now that it is at 7 1/4. So I'm going to take my Real Red and I am going to come over here to 7 1/4. All right. And then, oops, wrong one. That was my score one. And I'm just cutting off that little bit. And now it should be the same, and it is. So you have this piece that you can use later. All right, so now I am going to take, I took Fa La 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 because I just think it's really cute. By the way, this paper, it's all part of a suite. This paper is so nice. It's really fun. It is called Merry Bold and Bright. It's in the upcoming catalog, which when you're seeing this Saturday, it will be available. So that's pretty exciting. We've all been waiting very impatiently. And I will, when I post this, I will have a hostess code, but I'm waiting to create my hostess code until the 6th because they've told us there's, somebody suggested, and I haven't had time to call Stampin' Up to be sure, but that you want to wait and make your hostess code the day the catalog is available. So that's what I'm doing. So you will see that up in the, above this video in the actual post. When I post it, I will have that for you. So I am going to put this so that it is centered off to the side, but centered on the top, the bottom, and this side. Centered is a relative term in my world. All right, so now I am going to put this there, but I don't want to glue it down yet. I don't want to do that yet. So it's just there, it's ready to go. Now I'm going to take this one, which you can see is the opposite bulbs. It's like the ones that I cut out with the dies, and I'm going to put that right on the front of the card. But look at how cute this background paper, this other side is. If you didn't want it to be Christmas, you absolutely could use these pretty polka dots for anything, really. So don't let, if you see part of the paper, and don't let it discourage you, because it's double-sided, right? All right. So now I have more Fa La 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 La. This piece I cut, and we're going to see if I'm going to use it. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm thinking about it, okay? So, now I want to stamp similar to this. So, I need my I need my grid paper to stamp on. And I'm going to start with the Shaded Spruce color. And I want to do this same design. Now I will tell you, this is flexible. So I did move it a little bit so that it could be the way I wanted it to be. Just so you know. So what I'm saying is it starts out more like that. And I curved it so that it would be more like so. All right. And I don't have to get it all because it's really just kind of going like this, I think. There we go. So now I have my, for lack of a better term, cord. I see I forgot to turn my lights on. So hopefully this will help the video a little bit. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm trying to get used to pre-recording. I really like doing lives, but the way life goes, it's like I need a little bit of leeway. So I'm gonna try to just be live on Tuesdays from now on. So now I have these square words. See how they are? They're squared. She actually stamped them and then she cut them out. I'm not going to do that because I've got my other stuff is going to be popped up. So I've got have a, and for some reason I have a lot of stuff. I want to see. All right, that's good. So I'm going to put have a up here in the corner. Hey, that's pretty straight for me. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. I haven't used this stamp yet, so I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, it's not very straight, but you know how I feel about perfectionism. And then for my inside piece, I am going to do Christmas. So it's have a merry and bright, and then the inside is gonna say Christmas to you and yours. And this just barely fits on my leftover piece. So there you go. Barely fits on there. I think I may have even got a little there, but that's okay. I'm all right with it. Probably should have stamped it and then put on the DSP, but you know, it is what it is, right? Okay, so now I have my little pieces. Now, I'm going to adhere this to this piece of blueberry bushel, and I got these colors from the colors are listed on the designer series paper pack and in the catalog, and you will sometimes find that you get additional information in one or the other, either the catalog or in the actual product card. Also, you will find that they don't necessarily list every single color because sometimes there's a blend in coloring. So, okay, so we've got that piece. I have this piece, but I want to do my flap piece. So for my flap, I am going to use the red. I thought about doing the white. I really did. And maybe I do want to use white. Hold on one second. Okay, so I originally had a piece of the real red, but I've decided to use the basic white. And this piece is 1.5 inches by 2 inches, and I scored it at 1 inch. So I am going to fold this, okay, and put a little adhesive on one side for now. And let me move that. I am going to put this right in the center. I'm going to go to the edge and then I'm going to slide it out just a smidgen. Okay, just a smidgen. Just so it's a little more flexible. Now I can put this on the inside of my card and kind of hide the little doodad. Now here's where I'm getting a little, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I did play with cutting out an extra fa la 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 la, and I tried to kind of line it up with this one so that if I lay it on there, it looks pretty similar, right? So I am going to just put a little bit of adhesive, not too thick, And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to attempt to line it up so that I think it is similar. Here's a la. It's like funny, right? Silly girl. All right. So that's pretty close, I think. I think that's pretty close. So I've got that on there. Now I'm going to use my snips and snip it away. And you don't have to do this. I just thought I wanted it to look less like, I didn't want that to show. I wanted it to look more like it kind of is integrated in. I can see that it is not perfect. So I'm going to see if it's not wet enough. I let it, oh, there we go. So I'm going to try and line it up a little bit. All right, it's close enough, right? Now I can take this piece and I can put it on there. And I just want adhesive here. So I'm going to use tear and tape because I want to be sure that A, it's clean and it's not making a mess everywhere. So, so there's that. So take your pick tool. Can you see how there's a little piece hanging over here? I'm not worrying about that. You can cut your tear and tape, by the way. That's fine. I keep a pair of really old scissors for that kind of stuff. But I definitely want to make sure it stays on because it's going to be going flappy, flappy back and forth, right? So, woo! There we go. And pull it off again. I feel like I'm getting some of the adhesive, so hang on, there we go. Just want to pull off the transfer, not the adhesive. So now I'm going to close the card so that I can kind of guesstimate where I want this to sit. And it's not perfectly in the center of it, but there we go. So now I have my flap, right? So now I'm just going to put on my little bulbs. And I am going to put these on with dimensionals. Now you can see this color doesn't match perfect, but I'm fine with that. It's like, so what? So I'm going to grab my dimensionals and pop them on the back. You need probably 2 for these bulbs. Okay, of course, if you want to use your minis, you might want to add a little more. I can see that that's crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, then I just have to decide what color is going to go where. I think I'm going to let this one go over here because then it's less obvious how the color isn't perfect. And there we go. It's very, very similar to hers. I'm going to grab the bling pieces also. And I kind of like that it's hanging off a little bit off of the card, the little flappy card, flippy flappy piece. I know I'm being a little weird today, right? And look, I'm just throwing these pieces all over the place. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to put that one kind of in that loop. So we've got that. So now I'm going to grab, because she's got some bling and I have too many blank spaces there. So in fact it's just too many. So I'm going to carefully peel this one off and I'm going to readjust that because that's just too blank. Oh, look, I got a little fuzzy. So yeah, that's a little bit better. So hold on just a minute. Okay, I don't think these are in the suite, but I kind of like how this color matches this piece. So I'm going to grab these for my bling on this card. And these are called iridescent adhesive backed discs. which is kind of an unusual name, right? And like I said, I like that this one kind of matches this bulb. So we're going to add some bling here. And you can decide how much is too much, how much is enough. Oh, look, there is some green. So this is lemon lime twist. So I think I might, let me lift this one and I'm going to put it right there so I can add some more green. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to add a little more. I kind of like bling a lot, maybe more than I should, but I don't know. Is there a wrong way? I'm going to grab one of these. Let's see. I'm going to grab a silver one too because I need an uneven number. You know that. So there we go. So I have 5, 6, 7 pieces of bling on here. And there you go. So, oops. So I cased, which stands for copy and stamp everything. I cased a card that I got as a swap, but I did want to switch it up. So let me zoom in a little bit on these for you guys. Oops. There we go. So this was the one that I got as a swap, and this is mine. What I did differently, obviously, was I used the same paper pack, but I used different paper. I didn't want this white showing, so I made this thicker. Oh, I didn't measure that for you. I'll let you know. And then I was a little bit crazy and I added this fa la la, but I thought it kind of tied in a little bit more. And then I used the other bulbs and I used the dies instead of stamping them. Although look how cute they are when they're stamped. They're really cute. And then I added bling, a little bit different bling than she used, but it is still fun. So there you go. There are the 2 cards. And she didn't put anything on the inside, so you don't have to, but I just wanted to. So anyway, thank you for watching. Again, my name is Carrie Beglow. I'm your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. And I would love to have you follow me here on Facebook.com/MemoryInkers. If you're looking to shop in the new holiday catalog, again, I will be posting a hostess code. So look at the top of this post. It will have it in there. I know you guys are used to seeing this, but I don't have a code yet. So that's why it's not there. So you can shop at MemoryInkers.com. That's going to take you right to my Stampin' Up! Website. If you have questions, you can post here. You can email me at MemoryInkers@gmail.com. And let me tell you the measurement for this fa la la paper because I forgot to tell you. Okay, it's 1.5 inches wide. All right, and this one is going to be totally up to you. I mean, I kept cutting and cutting to try and get the lettering the way I wanted, so don't get crazy like me. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Bye.